Dale Earnhardt Jr. takes it. Lewis Hamilton, champion of the world.
Ewan Kankin, 4 times title holder.
The clash at the Coliseum is just around the corner. Teams are getting loaded into the haulers and making the cross-country trek to sunny California for the first race of the year. So there has never been a more perfect time to drop my predictions for the upcoming season. Will the returning Jimmie Johnson claim the title for an 8th time? Is AJ Allmendinger back with a vengeance? Will the Chicago street race actually be good? Stay tuned to find out. Let's get on with the predictions. First up is the widely publicized sensational return of one of NASCAR's greatest drivers, Jimmie Johnson, who returns to the sport with the newly rebranded Legacy Motor Club. Formerly known as Petty GMS, they'll be fielding the 84, as well as Johnson's new duties with Hendrick Garage's 56 running at Le Mans, alongside Mike Rockefeller and former F1 world champion Jenson Button. Now the question everyone is thinking is, does Jimmie still have what it takes? Can he fight with the best of them like he did in the old days? My prediction? Kind of. I think Jimmie will have a great year, get lots of media and sponsor attention, maybe win a couple races. Will he make the championship playoffs? Possibly? Does he have a shot at the championship? Not really. Legacy Motor Club is still beholden to most of the same resources that Petty GMS had in their possession. And given that those resources only delivered one win in the past, with Eric Jones in the 43 at Darlington 2022. One more win for Johnson isn't off the cards though, with his new number 84 representing the number of wins he's aiming to surpass from his current 83, which would tie him with Bobby Allison and Darrell Waltrip for 4th all time. It's not off the cards for this to become a reality, and in an ever-evolving field, anything could happen. Moving on, I'm going to talk about my drivers. The 2 guys I'll be hooting for the most on race day, the 23 and the 99. Bubba Wallace in the 23 had a mixed year last year. As always, battling negative press and publicity from a certain corner of NASCAR's fanbase, it didn't exactly help his campaign, which was marred by incidents both on and off track. However, the 2311 team kicked on tremendously from the previous year, coming in 2nd at the Daytona 500 and at Michigan, as well as scoring Wallace's 2nd win at Kansas. The strides the team have made clear to see. With good machinery underneath him, Bubba very clearly can compete towards the front runners. It'll be interesting to see how the team gets on alongside Tyler Reddick in the 45, as well as the part-time return of Travis Pastrana at Daytona in the 67. My prediction for Bubba this year? He'll definitely hit the playoff spots if he can find some consistency, and definitely has the talent to be fighting for the championship for, just so long as he can block out the haters. Next up, let's talk Trackhouse racing, specifically the 99. Everyone wants to talk about Ross Chastain, and can he go for the championship again in balls-to-the-wall fashion like he did at Martinsville last year? But people are sleeping on Daniel Suarez. He's in the same garage as Chastain and driving the same equipment, and he's only been getting better. Last year, he became the first Mexican-born driver to win a NASCAR Cup Series race, as he dominated at Sonoma, and finished a career high of 10th in the points standing. With Trackhouse's success both off-track and on it, they're only going to grow and develop. So with Suarez having reached the round of 12 in 2022, I see him as a definite contender for the round of 8, and will likely be there with his teammate, so we could see the 99 and the 1 working together in the final races to take the title from the hands of some more established competitors. Now speaking of established drivers, AJ Allmendinger will make his return to the Cup Series this year full-time, driving for Kaulig Racing in the number 16. My prediction? He'll drive fast and turn left occasionally, and he won't make the playoffs. Anyway, moving on, let's talk new tracks. Firstly, Road America has made way on the schedule for a street track at Chicago. The proposed track layout takes a rough 8 shape around downtown Chicago, right on the banks of Lake Michigan, and the verdict is still out of what the quality of racing will be. Now, I don't think that the proposed layout looks terrible, but honestly, I feel like if they went for a straight up figure 8 track with a crossover in the middle, like Banger Racing does, then we'd all have a much more exciting time. But on the topic of exciting, last year the news broke that Dale Jr. had been involved in a plan to bring NASCAR back to North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, with its unique uphill backstretch, downhill front stretch, and tons of racing history, and that it would replace Texas Motor Speedway as the venue for the All-Star race. This move has been incredibly received by racing fans across America and beyond. I personally am looking forward to seeing the revival of the famed short track come to fruition, and given how involved Dale Jr. is, I can't see the project losing momentum anytime soon. Now, last up for this video, I can't talk about the 2023 season without talking about Kevin Harvick, who has announced that it'll be his last year in the Cup Series before he retires. Currently with 60 race wins under his belt, my main prediction is that he'll add a few more to that tally before the end of the year. As the 2014 championship winner, Happy has already shown that he has what it takes to go the distance, and it would be the most Kevin Harvick thing ever were he to be towards the high altitude end of the standings this year. Now don't write him off, because with 2 wins and not reaching the final 10 last year, I think it's more than likely Harvick will be determined to get that number 4 back to victory lane in 2023. And that, for me, would be a fitting end to a Hall of Fame career that's lasted over 2 decades at the top level. What do you think the year has in store? If you liked that video, remember to hit the subscribe button so you never miss out on new content. Or if you think that everything I've just predicted is stupid with 2 O's, then let me know down in the comments. And please consider donating at the link in the description, both to have your say into what content I cover next, as well as to support replacing my stolen equipment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.